Hola, mi gente. Joe Berto back with you at the Credit Card Connection. I'm so glad you can join me. Well, mi gente, there's a question that I get asked a lot, and that is, Joe, first of all, why do you have so many cards? Right? And I laugh and I tell them it's for the channel, and it's the honest to God truth. I don't need all these cards. Second, they're like, how many cards is too many? That's a hard one to answer because, to be honest with you, there's no real right or wrong answer. It's going to depend on you, your spend, and your lifestyle. Okay. So today, I'm not going to go over specific cards that would meet your certain card requirement that you're looking for, let's say for dining out or for car rentals or for flights or whatever. But I'm going to tell you which way you should apply for a particular card that offers those benefits that you're looking for, but it's going to depend on your lifestyle. And hopefully that'll help you narrow that amount down to something that's manageable, because we all know the more cards you have, it becomes unmanageable. I'm not even kidding. For a guy like me that does this now for a living, it can kind of get out of hand and get crazy. So I'm just going to try to help you narrow that, keep the focus on. So let's get into it. So, mi gente, first and foremost, I had a poll that I put up about a week ago or so, and it was 4 categories in which you make the most monthly spends on your credit cards. Now, it's specific to the monthly spend and not overall annual, because I didn't want it to include vacations or trips or things that are just different. I wanted your normal everyday spend. So the number one category with 49% was dining out. 49% out of over 200 and something people said they dine out more, and they put that charge on their cards more than anything else on a monthly basis. Number 2 was supermarkets and grocery shopping. That was at 41%. The third one was travel. And then the fourth one was online shopping. Okay. Travel, I believe, was 7%. Online shopping was 3%. So why do I mention those categories, and why do I mention the cards, and why you should put your cards based around your categories? Because there are cards that are geared now more than ever towards certain lifestyle choices or certain things that you do more, and they might give you the better bang for your buck. So for instance, if you like to dine out a lot, the golden card, and I'm not even being, sarcastic, it's the American Express Gold Card. That is the foodie card. 4 times for every dollar spent on dining and supermarkets. You can't beat their multipliers. No one out there now has that multiplier capability on one card. It comes with a $250 a year annual fee, but it has that and other benefits that come with that card. But that is the go-to for most people. Now, but let's say, and I just have a lot of notes up and down, so please forgive me, mi gente. So if you pay rent, there is a one golden child card out there. I don't have it because I don't pay rent, but the Bilt card is the card for all renters out there, because you get 1 point for every dollar spent on rent, up to 100,000 points a year. Plus, they have other multipliers on rent day, which is the first day of every month, plus other dining credits and things like that, and multipliers strewn throughout, travel protections. So you see where I'm going. So if your main spend is the rent, not mortgage, because the mortgage right now isn't covered really, unless you want to put that on a card to meet a sub. But I'm talking specifically around multipliers for certain categories. So the Bilt would be for that. Now, for instance, if you're into online shopping, now there are some cards, even the Chase Sapphire Preferred, that will give you 3 times on online grocery shopping, not in store. So you see that if your preferred is your, let's say, daily driver card, but you want to go to the supermarket and pay with the card in person, it's not going to give you the 3 times. It's going to give you 1. That's why you need to have a very clear and detailed idea about what it is that you spend the most on any given month. I can't stress that enough. You don't just want a card to flex and to say, yeah, I don't travel, but I have the American Express Platinum card, and it's a great card. I pay $700 a year, but I've never been to a lounge. That's just stupid. Again, a card is not a flex. So I'm here today to tell you, when you ask me how many cards is too many, I'm going to tell you, for the normal consumer, a person who just really wants to take advantage of the fact that they want to get points and miles or cash back instead of using a debit card for everything, because a debit card doesn't really give you the protections that a credit card does, then I'm going to tell you 5 cards at max. And I wouldn't put all those 5 cards in one ecosystem. Now, what's the ecosystem? A credit card ecosystem is a lineup of cards that fall within a particular bank issuer's lineup. Let's say Chase has their ultimate rewards, which is the UR, right? American Express has membership rewards, MR points. Citibank has their thank you points, right? And so on. Capital One, I believe, because I don't have a Capital One card, but I believe that they know more as miles for that. But they're interchangeable. Points and miles, basically interchangeable for that. But if you're a Chase checking or savings customer or have a mortgage with them or whatever, I would tell you start with Chase. First and foremost, they have that 524 rule. So if you wanted to get more cards, you want to start with Chase because they're going to limit you to the number of cards you can get if you open more than 5 in 24 months. So let's say you're new to this. Start with a Freedom Flex, a Freedom Unlimited. Freedom Flex has the categories. Freedom Unlimited has 1.5 on everything you purchase. Then if you want to use a travel portal or transfer points out, you get the Sapphire Preferred. That's the Chase ecosystem, right? Now, they have a lot of other co-branded cards as well and business cards, but I'm not going into the business cards today. That's a whole other animal. Now, should you just have one ecosystem? Some people do. There are a lot of creators out there that I have 25 cards right now, but there are a lot of people out there that have 50 cards, right? So they're all over the place. They have credit unions. They have special savings banks. They have different relationships with different issuers. But if you're into one bank that you do your checking, your savings, and you have a loan or whatever, start there. So if it's not Chase, if it's Capital One, start with Capital One, do a Quicksilver, do a Saver One, do a Venture card, and so on. Same with Citibank. You could start with their Custom Cash or Double Cash, and then go to your Strata Premier cards and so on. So you see what I'm saying? You want to, if you have relationships, start there because the odds on you getting approved are going to be better. But then you're going to go into the categories, and then that's where it kind of gets a little muddied. There are cards that overlap quite a bit. I just put up a few videos, and I'll put them up here. I just got the City Strata Premier card and the Wells Fargo Autograph no annual fee card on the same day. And I compared those also with the Chase Sapphire Preferred. And let's say the commonality is they each give you 3 times on dining. Some will give you a multiplier for grocery shopping. Citi lets you use their card in the store, whereas Chase makes you do the online grocery shopping online. So that doesn't work for me. So that's not my go-to card. So that's why I kind of have different ecosystems, because not one single card is perfect. I don't care what anybody says. There are cards that are great, let's say catch-all cards where you get 2 times back or 3 times on a lot of categories, but not even that is perfect. So you want to make sure that you're covered not only for the ecosystem that you're choosing, but let's say even in that ecosystem, the multipliers aren't as great as another one in another system. Then you might want to just branch out and at least have 2 systems. The other reason is because of devaluation, and devaluation of points in this game is serious. I'll give you an example of devaluation. Let's say you were doing your American Express card using those MR points for Hilton, and you've been doing that for a while, and you are using 15,000 points to book a Hilton stay for a night. Now, all of a sudden, for that same stay, they want 25,000 Hilton points for the same stay. That's a devaluation because you're spending more to get the same level that you were getting for less. So you want to make sure that you don't put, as they say, all your eggs in one basket. You want to make sure that you're able to diversify your points at least across 2 different systems. So if one system changes all of a sudden, or they cancel a card, or they change the terms on a card, or they raise the fees a lot on a card, you still have this other system that you could, fall back on. So that's why I'm going to tell you 5 cards. Because let's say you had the Chase Freedom Unlimited, the Chase Freedom Flex, and then the Chase Sapphire Preferred. There's 3. Now, if you want to use your grocery shopping full time, then you can go to Citi and get their Strata Premier, which gives you the 3 times in store for grocery shopping, or the same for dining. So Wells Fargo Autograph has it 3 times for dining. Some of those cards have 3 times for gas or EV charging. Some of them actually even give you travel points that you can just call them directly or book it online instead of having to go through a travel portal. Because here's the thing, guys, a lot of the cards that you see that show you amazing multipliers, 5, 10 times multipliers, you have to really look at the fine print, because if they're telling you that you're going to get those multipliers, or even for dining, but you have to do it through their portal, that may not benefit you, because a lot of times the pricing you'll see on a portal, let's say for a hotel stay or an airline ticket, might be more elevated than it is if you just went straight directly to, that issuer's or that merchant's website. So those are the things you have to kind of take into account when you're applying for these cards. So people have asked me how many cards, and I don't know if I mentioned it earlier in the video, but 25 and counting. And again, this is a binder of my cards from different issuers, and that's not even including the ones that I carry with me in my beautiful Ekster wallet. Referral link below. But I can carry in this 6, 7 cards easily, right? The metal cards take up more space. But you see, I carry my everyday, my debit cards. I have a card there for food, which would be right now, because I'm trying to meet the spend on it, would be the Citi Strata Premier. But I also carry with me, because I just got the card as well, the Wells Fargo Autograph. So I keep them and I use them interchangeably, because I'm trying to expand not only the ecosystems that I have relationships with, but I'm doing that so that I can bring you guys back that information back here to the channel. I want to see what merchants it works better with. So right now, if I went online, believe it or not, a card that I find to be very powerful online shopping is the American Express Hilton Surpass card. I get 4 times back on any purchases. So right now, any of the merchandise, let's say the shirt that I have right now for the credit card connection, and I order it online, I'm getting 4 times back for that, which is huge. There's cards that won't give you, they'll just give you 1 times back. So why not get 4 times back on purchases that I'm going to make anyway? So that's the whole thing to this video today. There's no real set number of cards that I would say anyone should have. I think 1 or 2 is good if you're starting out. See which way you want to go, if it's cash back, if it's travel, right? Because some people are strictly cash back, like RJ Financial. He is the king of cashback cards. He will apply for every cashback offer that there is out there. Me, right now, I only have the Discover It card as cashback. I don't like cashback cards because I don't really see the value in it for me in my particular situation. Right now, I retired from my 34-year-old job as a school counselor. So my plan is to travel more and to be able to, elevate that experience. So I want the lounge access. I want the upgrades at a car rental. I want the nicer room in a hotel. For that, you have to spend. My current spend across my 25 cards is over $2,300, which sounds like a lot, but there are a lot of people out there in this space that spend $4,000, $5,000, $6,000, but they've done this for a long time and they're masters at that. You don't want the credit card to control you. You have to be the one to control that card and that spend and how you're going to spend on it. You don't want to put yourself in a situation that becomes overwhelming. It's hard to keep track of 25 cards. I'm not lying. People use spreadsheets and stuff. I'm going to be honest with you. I use CardPointers and I use Max Rewards. For me, CardPointers is a little bit just easier because I don't have to constantly keep, syncing it and stuff like that. I put the cards that I have and then it tells me which is the best card. Literally, they have like a virtual reality AR thing that shows you which is the best card to go into a store. Right now, they're running an offer. If you want to check below in the referral links, you'll see it there for CardPointers. And I think that that's just an excellent way of keeping track of the cards, when your fees are due, and so on. Because this way you can control and know, hey, I just made this spend, but this was the best way I did it because I did it this way, right? Because you don't want to spend $1,000 and go, oh man, I only got 1 point when I could have gotten, 3 times for every dollar spent on that $1,000 purchase. So those are just things that I'm bringing up to you because that's a question I get asked a lot. How many cards is too many? Again, no real answer. All I can tell you is at least 2 to start, max 5, unless you're in the credit card game hard and you understand that there are risks sometimes. You can get in over your head and you don't want to do that. You don't want to carry thousands and thousands of dollars of balances a month when the interest rate is almost 30%. So do me a favor, guys. If anything that I spoke about today has been helpful, hit that like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. Leave your questions and comments below. I want to know what you think about this. How many cards do you have? How many do you feel is necessary? Do you keep it in one ecosystem? Do you have it spread out through many? I would really like to know what you have to say, because I want to bring this back up in another video or a live and actually go over those numbers with you guys. So as always, mi gente, I thank you for being here. You could be anywhere else you choose to be, but you chose to be with me. But more than anything else, mi gente, I thank you for giving me the privilege of your time. Until next time, mi gente, take care.